Now for something completely different. Once in a while, something comes along that is just too hard to resist. And this excellent dealer had a handgun that I've never seen before. And I bought this right away when I became aware of it. And I'm sure that, well, you probably haven't seen one of these. I know I haven't. So the dealer informed that this is a Qing Dynasty, which is spelled Qing, Chinese dart gun, and right away it sort of captivates the imagination because how does it work and how powerful is it and so on. That dynasty, I checked, started in 1644. As you can see, it has what amounts to an external side lock mechanism, which is quite unique. So on some of my other videos, we've gone over side lock guns, and those guns are all internal side locks. But this Qing Dynasty gun maker, and although this is a dart gun, all of the aspects of the gun are consistent with what I would call traditional gun making, except that the side lock, the mechanism is on the outside. So one can actually see it working. And many of you are reminding me that I sometimes have bad trigger practices with my, aside from it being unloaded. But we'll get into that. Anyway, I just had to share this with you. It's made out of some kind of a bronze. It's got a dust cover, and it was sold to me as not working. And that was accurate. It was not working. There was nothing would happen. And actually, you know, to look at it, you might have some intuitive ideas about how this would work, but it was actually just dead in the water. Now it's still not 100%. This spring, well, this is a bad replacement spring, and I'm a little disappointed with myself about something. I wanted to fire this for you, but one has to be cautious on these videos. Well, one has to be cautious in life, but aside from that, I did get this to work. I've fired this 3 times, and I don't know when it was made, 16 something, 17 something, I don't know. It doesn't matter. This is an old piece of equipment, and anyway, I'll go over the functions. So this dust cover comes off. There's no need to take it off. Then, although it was seized and things like that, this comes out, and in here is a spring. And it's quite a powerful spring, and we just leave that the way it is. The grip is quite comfortable and reminded me of some of my British flintlocks. In these compartments, you see this heart-shaped thing, so this pivots down, and then out of there comes a dart, and then you rotate the other way, and out comes another dart. So then you have your 2 darts, and I actually came across one of these in one of these antique stores, but you know how one remembers things, and it had a red base. I didn't buy it because I didn't know the dart gun existed. This was overseas. Anyway, I should have bought it. It was a different looking dart. Anyway, it's hard to get into these things because in my head I can see that dart. It had a groove here and it had a reservoir here, but anyhow, maybe I can find one. So what you do is you insert the dart here, so that's self-evident, like most people would come up with that. And then since we're now aware that there's a strong spring in here, we need to compress it, and I'm assuming there was some kind of a tool, so I can tell you exactly what I did. The first time I realized this mechanism has to capture the dart somehow, and you can see the trigger moves. Although we've inserted a dart, there's no danger of this firing because there's no source for energy. Anyhow, getting back to you can see this this recess. It's a radius, so it's captured by this part, kind of a sear, but it's kind of a reverse sear. Anyhow, I used a cleaning rod. I modified it slightly so that it fit the tip. That was aluminum cleaning rod. And I got the rod and I could feel the resistance of the spring. And there's a lot of resistance in this spring. I don't know what kind of springs they used in 1644 or whatever, but that's some kind of spring. I couldn't get it to catch. I couldn't get it to hold here. But I could feel that it was trying to grab. So anyway, then in releasing it, it was a bit like taking apart a Mauser bolt. You've got this spring fighting you, and you have to be careful that it doesn't push the cleaning rod out and the dart out and everything else out and hit you. Anyhow, so then I made a contraption out of this vise. I put the cleaning rod in the vise, and then I pushed against it, and I had this cardboard box, so that my plan was to take it out of the vise, take the gun away from the vise rather, and then carefully shoot it into the cardboard box. But whatever's going on in here, it's not grabbing properly, probably because of this coil spring that's not functioning properly. Although I'm going to contradict myself, on the next shot it worked fine. But it's too unstable anyway, so I just took this thing out of cocking it, and it was holding, but I didn't have much confidence in it, and I'm glad I had no confidence in it, or not much, because I just got it in this position, and then it fired, and this thing, I mean, this doesn't look like much of a gun, but anyway, it went through one side of the cardboard box, the other side of the cardboard box, and into the drywall. So this is a saucy little dart gun. This is not, well, definitely not a toy, and I don't think it was ever intended as a toy. Maybe some kind of room shooting, or please, if anybody knows Chinese history, I know little, or just what I read. But a fantastic thing. Anyway, and then on the next, one learns from even a thing like that, an event like that. And then the next time I actually got it to stick, and I knew it was properly seated. I don't know how I knew, but I could feel it was different from when I used the vise. And I pulled the trigger a certain way, and then the dart gun fired. And it did the same thing, except it was better because I knew what was going to happen. So presumably in those ancient times, people came up with ways of launching projectiles without gunpowder, for peaceful or for other purposes, who knows, and the darts just go, I mean, it's very convenient. Oh, that one's loaded, so then you rotate that around, and there we are, and then we rotate that, and the darts are secure, and maybe it was in a case, I have no idea. But there it is. You won't see these every day. Qing Dynasty dart gun with external side locks, and I have to say, I mean, extraordinary that somebody came up with this. Oh, and this historian that I know told me that this somehow comes apart, and he felt it could be fired without the side locks and the mechanism, somehow in a sleeve or something like this, like in your sleeve. But I don't have any evidence to support that. That was just something he believed was true because of his various adventures in China. Anyhow, so there it is, Qing Dynasty dart gun. Something I think fantastic. And that's it. Thanks for watching.